So did you know that there are things you can do during your pregnancy to have an easier, shorter, less painful birth? My name is April from Unfold Motherhood. I help pregnant women manage the overwhelm of pregnancy using movement and education. So today I'm going to talk about a few things that you can do during your pregnancy to create balance in your body. And if your body is balanced, when it comes time for labor, it's easier for your baby to get into a good position for birth and start to maneuver through the pelvic outlets. So there are three different outlets that your baby has to move through. And in order to move through those outlets, they actually have to rotate all the way through. Once they engage in the pelvis, they tuck their chin to their chest, the smallest portion of their head is pressing on the cervix, and then contractions continue. If your body is imbalanced, if your baby is not in an ideal position, say their spine is to your spine, it's going to be more painful. Back labor, that happens a lot when baby's in that position. It's going to take longer because your baby actually needs to maneuver into a better position to start managing their way out. So if we can create balance, we can make it a little easier for baby and a little easier for you. So what I want you to first think about is your posture. You want to sit on your sits bones. So those are actually the boniest points of your pelvis, not your tailbone. And a lot of furniture is designed to cause us to round and sit on the tailbone. So start to pay attention to your posture. And just to kind of give you a visual, so kind of place the pelvis here, sitting on the tailbone, kind of rounding the low back, and then I'm going to rotate the pelvis, sit up on those sits bones, and now I have a lot of space. So you're always sitting on those sits bones, not on the tailbone. So pay attention to your posture, and then think of your belly like a hammock. So your belly button is pointing straight ahead or down. We don't want it to point up, straight ahead or down. And it's like a hammock. And as it's kind of hanging out in this hammock, the heaviest part of your baby is encouraged to come forward towards your belly button, which is where we want them. We want their spine to your belly button, them looking at your spine. We don't want them in the opposite direction where their spine is against your spine. Because remember, back labor, it can take longer for baby to maneuver, and it's just uncomfortable as they grow and you progress towards the end of your pregnancy. So think of your belly as a hammock, belly button is always straight ahead or down. And if you tuck your tailbone, the belly button will start to point up. So that's a good clue that you need to adjust your pelvis. The other thing I want to mention is the couch is one of your worst enemies during pregnancy because it encourages you to kind of sink in and tuck the tailbone. Your belly button is then pointing up towards the ceiling. So think of other ways that you can sit to be comfortable. Maybe you lie on your side, maybe you sit on an exercise ball, just being more mindful of your posture. So just a reminder, things that you want to keep in mind. Sit on your sits bones, belly is a hammock, belly button is pointing straight ahead or down. And that will just start to get you in that mindset of paying attention to how you're moving your pregnant body through time and space. Give it a try, see how you feel, and let me know if you have any questions.